sacred sex and reclaiming your vagina. Oh, you can keep mine. Done with it. So most women are afraid of menopause without sufficient preparation. It's easy to see why some believe that hot flushes, lost libido, night sweats and insomnia are all that's in store for them. Oh my god, I'm ticking all the boxes. You're making me feel real bad about myself. Okay, but there's so much more available, and the next generation of menopause has never been looked as juicy or powerful. Claudia Scalisi is with us today to have a chat about stuff I'm just going to be depressed about. Okay? Thanks. Take the stage.
Hopefully it doesn't depress you, it actually inspires you, darling. Hi everybody. How are we, all good? Yeah, it's the final day of Every Woman Expo. It's been such an empowering event to be part of. Thank you for being here for this talk today. I'm going to be really honest with you. I prepared like a hustler for this talk. For the last two of them actually. I'm really good at getting into that masculine energy, you know, that goal orientated. We all can do it and we're all really good at it. But I'm going to actually not do that talk. I'm showing up completely raw and vulnerable, showing you what it is that's available for every single one of you sitting here. So while I call myself a menopause mentor, guiding pre and post-menopausal women through the experience of burnout to breakthrough, so we can all live with more passion, power and purpose. I want to emphasize the word through, because you can't spiritually bypass your way from burnout to breakthrough. We all need to go through the process of recovering the parts of ourselves that we've given away when we didn't know better. Does that land? Do you get what I mean? And we've all done that. We've all looked for love in the wrong places. We've given away too much of ourselves where we're depleted. And the world doesn't need more women living on autopilot. I strongly believe the world needs more women who are lit up by life, who are showing up as their full, highest, best version of themselves. Because when we do that, we feel safe inside ourselves. There's a real sense of internal safety that everybody around us feels, and I don't know why, but they feel good around us. And they feel safe around us. Do you know what that does to the world when we show up like that? We become the change that we want to see in the world. But it starts with us. I want to read you something that I literally meditated in the car before I got here. Because the talk that I prepared is good, but it's not great. It's not what I wanted to give. Because I was stuck in my head. And here I am standing up here talking about moving through something, and I was like, no, I have to get it right. So I'm going to read this to you. A woman's highest calling is to lead a man to his soul, so as to unite him with Source. A man's highest calling is to protect a woman, so she is free to walk the earth unharmed. Have you heard of that before? It's a proverb from Indigenous American, Cherokee. And it got me thinking about the way that we are in relationship with the opposite sex. There's a sense of like a push-pull. I've done that for you, you should do this for me. Why aren't you stepping up to anything more than what I need or giving over? What was really scary was when I researched the amount of women that have experienced sexual trauma or shame or abuse. In Australia, do you know what it is? 1 in every 3. I'd bring it down to 1 in every 2. 1 in every 2. So look to the woman next to you. One of you have experienced something that has shut you down. I want to put something out into the collective field of everybody that's here right now, that it starts with us. It starts with us reclaiming the natural balance of the masculine and feminine energies that are within us. Okay? So what are these? What are these masculine and feminine energies? They're a polarity. You might have seen the yin and the yang, the white with the black, and the white hole and the black hole in each one of those. That's a balance of unity, and we each have those. Somewhere in our youth, where we were conditioned by our culture to
fit in with the way that society wants us to behave, we lost the ability to trust ourselves. So we are living on autopilot. Even though we think we're free, we're really kind of stuck because we're afraid to be separate from the whole. We are also genetically programmed to fit in, because way back, before we had cities, we lived in communities, and we didn't go past those communities because it meant if you were separated from the tribe, it meant sure death. Yeah? And inside that tribe, we each had a place. And that was the wonderful thing about it. You knew where you were, you knew where you stood, you did your thing to part of the whole, and you had your place. However, here we are living in a city where we're bombarded with stimulation, bombarded with technology pulling us out of ourselves, telling us we're too big, we're too small, we're too loud, we're too quiet, you're not showing up enough, you're showing up too much, you're wearing the wrong thing, you don't fit in, you're not sexy enough. How are we supposed to actually regain control of this? Yeah? So that's what I'm doing today. I wanted to talk to you about moving through the experience of reclaiming all of yourself, because that is what I believe sacred sexuality is. I could talk to you about the amazing potential within your body. My background is in yoga. I taught yoga for many years. I've had my own school for many years. I've taught meditation all around Australia. I know how to move back into the body, and I can teach others too. But I want to tell you a story. In 2020, I called in the man of my dreams. I married him in 2020. It was in 2017 I met him. I chose not to get married younger because I wasn't ready. I experienced childhood trauma, and the idea of giving myself over to a man really made me feel gross. I enjoyed my energy, I enjoyed my solitude, I was very independent. But there came a time where I was ready. My father had passed away and I felt the missing of the divine masculine. So I called in this beautiful man. In 2020 we married, and we'd been trying for children up until then. So it was like 3 years. But as God would have it, I would be having children in this time because I went through early onset menopause. So as the world shut down, I was in a brand new city away from my family, realizing that I wasn't going to be a mum. And all of the trauma that I experienced as a child showed up. The fear of being a woman without children in a world that was potentially crushing. Who would look after me as I got old? Yeah? What value did I have? What? The next thing I started saying was that I was barren. And it got me questioning, like, where did I learn this? Where did I learn to speak to myself this way? So I started to remember my training. Gosh, I'm really in my head. How do I get back into my body? And I started to remember all the times that I pushed in my business. I was tired, but I pushed through so I could get my website done. I was tired, but I showed up anyway for that meeting. All the times that I left my softness at the door because she wasn't good enough. Oh, do you feel what I'm saying? You've done it too, right? We armor up. My belief is that there's a collective energy that we all armor up because we all know what it's like to feel small and not safe. May I dare say it, that we also know what it's like to feel scared of each other. We've all felt that sister wound. We've all felt intimidated by more powerful women. We've all felt that gaze of jealousy. Maybe we've done it before too. Why are you wearing that? Or slut shaming. Oof. In this time that I disintegrated, I reached out to women that I knew who were speaking. They held sacred speaking circles because I needed to say things out loud. When I saw pregnant women, I felt awful. I had this jealousy go through me. I had resentment. When I saw my friends with their children playing, I was having a really hard time even being their friend, and I felt guilty and ashamed. But who could I talk to? Who would even listen? So I joined what was called Women Speak, and it's a sacred space where women can come together to be able to say the things that need to be said so that we could collectively heal. Oh, it was amazing to feel women Not just sitting back watching, but leaning in. And leaning in with what is called fertile listening. That is listening for another woman so intently that she cannot help but blossom in your presence. All of a sudden, I gave voice to the trauma that I stored in my body. I gave voice to my womb that wouldn't hold a child. I gave voice to my heart that was breaking. And I allowed myself to be witness in all of my glorious mess so I could detangle myself from the cultural conditioning. Do you feel what I'm saying? I loved it so much that I became a leader, and I held my own women's speak circles so other women could practice what I had felt myself. So let me share with you something about the breath and the energy of the union of the masculine and feminine energies within you. Take away the masculine and feminine from sex for a moment. Think about the masculine as the river banks, strong and sturdy, and the feminine as the free-flowing river. Healthy, deep, wide river. So full that she nourished everything that came into contact with her. And the riverbank held her, supported and channeled the energy. We have this within us. So a wounded feminine lashes out, or she goes so fast through life, so scared of staying still and her past catching up with her that she dissipates all of her energy, like a river that's going too fast without riverbanks. And if she's in a situation where her support networks are poisonous, she dies. Yeah? So I want to take you through a breath practice so that you can actually feel these two polarities moving inside you. Are you willing to go there with me? Okay. So please uncross your feet and have your feet flat on the floor. You don't need to sit upright like a rod, but I want you to have your neck clear so your breath can flow freely. Take the best breath you've had yet today. Fill yourself up all the way. 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top. 3, 2, 1, and then let it go. Then soften down your eyes. Find the furthest sound away from you. Close your eyes and listen. Find the furthest sound away from you. And then find the closest sound to you. And then find the sound of your own breath. And then allow your tongue to relax from the roof of your mouth to the base. Relax your jaw. And even allow your eyeballs to roll from horizon line down towards your nose, maybe down towards your chin. And you've gone inwards. Become aware of your nostrils. Become aware of the cool breath entering in through your nose and the warm breath exiting. The cool breath entering and the warm breath exiting. Now bring your awareness to your throat and your chest, your lungs, your tummy. Become aware of the base of your body on the chair, your feet on the floor. In your body are the riverbanks. And that breath is the river. With your intention, draw the breath down the back of your throat, past your lungs, into your tummy so your tummy expands. Then as you exhale, allow the tummy to gently contract and the breath travels back up through your body and exits through your nose. Do that just 3 more times. And it's okay if you yawn. It's okay if you start to feel a little tired. One last one. And and then allow your eyes to open as you come back into the space. He feels a little more refreshed after that. Did you notice that you might have wanted to yawn as well? So what happens when we move from the active mind, from the sympathetic side of our bodies that's in a stress response, because not all stress is bad. Stress can make us rise to the occasion. This could be a stressful environment. It excites the nervous system. When we move away from that and we move towards the rest and restore, the passive side, the feminine side, we can experience fatigue, because most of us are operating in fatigue. We just get on with it. And when we start to rest, we feel tired. So come and stand for me in a moment. I'm going to take you through an exercise. Stand up for me. In Women's Speak, we talk about getting into the body. Now look, if we ever work together, and I hope sometime in the future that we are working in synchrony with each other, I can talk to you all about the anatomy of your body. I can tell you about the acupressure points within your vagina that come up to your brain, that stimulate your pineal gland. And when you have cervical orgasms, how it attaches to your heart and explodes your heart. I can teach you these things. But for the purpose of this exercise, I'm going to teach you something different. So we talk about getting into the body through dance and also through activating the body. So if you need to hold on to your chair, do it, or each other. Pick up one leg and give it a shake. Good, let your ankle relax and even let your toes relax. Shake it out, shake it up. Good. And then let it land with intention. Feel your foot land on the floor. The other leg, give it a shake. Not to shake off, but to shake up and shake awake. Shake, 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 shake. Even your hip, even your booty. Good. Let it land with intention. One arm, give it a good shake. Your fingers, your shoulder, give it a good shake. Wake it up, wake it up, wake it up. Good, and then let it land. Other one, shake it up. Good. See if you can even get that wrist moving. Really, really nice. Really, really good. And then let it land. I'm going to show you what to do next because I can't do it with a microphone. You're going to shake your booty, shake your tummy, shake your boobies, and then you're going to shake upside down like this. So shake it all up, your booty, your boobies, your shoulders, and then fold over your legs. Shake, 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 and then roll back up. 2 more like that. Keep going, keep going. Good, and then roll back up. Last one, exhale, fold over. Yes, good, and then roll back up. Do you feel that energy moving through your body? That's life force energy. This energy is like that river that wants to be contained, yeah? Because without it, it's just everywhere. So the way we're going to contain it, open your hands up by your side. Now your strong legs are like tree trunks into the earth. Bend your knees, scoop down, and I want you to pick up all that energy you've just awoken in your body and lift it up over your head. This is your life force. Close your eyes as you exhale, pour it over yourself. With intention, use your breath out. Slowly pour that energy all over yourself. Good. Down through your legs. Nice. Doing it 2 more times. Bend down. Pick it up. Pick up what you need. If it's courage, if it's security, if it's confidence. Exhale. You're washing yourself with this energy. Maybe you see color. Maybe you see texture. Now imagine that energy going through your feet into the earth. One last one. Scoop down, pick up what you need, raise it up over your head. Exhale, nice and slow. Slow like honey. The slower you go, the more you feel. When you finish, you're going to rest your hands over your womb space, one hand over the other. Feeling into this vessel. This creative organ where life is born, not just babies but projects and creativity, your intuition, your capacity to tap into the collective feminine. There is this beautiful saying, it's part of a poem by Maya Angelou, and in this poem she says, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. Come as one, but I stand as 10,000. Good. Allow your eyes to open, rest your hands by your side. Do you feel all that energy that you woke up has now been channeled down your body and it's inside you? Thank you for joining me. You're welcome to take a seat. Really, really good. Now, because I am winging this, I've kind of like lost my place, so give me a second, okay? What does the sacred mean, and how does it relate to sex? So, what does the sacred mean to you? Does anybody want to put their hand up or shout it out? So sacred could mean secret, secret power, ancient time. Anybody else? Something special? Something special, nice. Sometimes the sacred can actually mean something separate from us. Like we might go to church or to temple, and that's a sacred place, yeah? What if the sacred, though, was actually our relationship to it? Whatever it is that sacred is actually our relationship to it. So by us going to some place holy was actually the journey there. And what if returning back to ourselves is sacred? The journey back to ourselves. So sacred sexuality as the practice of love for ourselves. And in doing so, what this means for everything that I'm bringing forward into the world is about creating safety with ourselves so that we feel safe with ourselves. We have the structure that we need that isn't an imprint of what we've been told we're supposed to do, what time to wake up, what time to go to bed, but we're working with our own feminine body. Maybe you realize that your energy levels are really high in the morning and not so much in the afternoon. And certain times of the month you've got more energy than others. What if you took the time to pay attention to this and planned your day so that the most active things you needed to do were in the daytime and you allowed yourself to nap in the afternoon? Imagine giving yourself that permission, or speaking with your colleagues or your employer about having a meditation space in your workspace so you could rest. What if you set up your working week and month so that all of your biggest meetings were in the time of the month where you had the most energy, and you could rest and restore yourself other times of the month? And in that, you've always got enough juice in your tank. You never ever ever pour more than what you have. If anything, you pour from your overspill. So you stayed full. You could teach others that they're allowed to stay full. You feel safe, and others feel safe around you. Now please don't get me wrong, there is a lot that I can teach you. I can talk to you about the wounded feminine. I'm actually not even going to show you the rest of the slides because I've got so many in here, it's really crazy. But what I do want to speak to you about is the school that I created, the Conscious Menopause Academy. See, I believe that right now the world needs more women who are lit up by life. Women who are in that second part of their lives, recreating themselves, because we don't have children that need our attention. Our energy is no longer going out through our bleed, we're holding our blood. This is a sacred time for a lot of Indigenous women around the world. Learning how to use our power, the secret power that we haven't been taught about in Western society, so that we can be the modern embodied elders, feminine-centered leaders that the world's hungry for. The world wants to feel safe. What if we stepped into that? I have something to invite you to. Oh, now that's not showing up. Okay. So half of my photos aren't showing up as it would be. Next week, I am hosting an in-person mini day retreat. On the flyers you've seen on your chairs, and I've got some extra ones here, you are so welcome to come to. It's being held at the Twisting Peacock Yoga Studio. Do I have everything else up here? Oh, and none of these are working as well as it would be. On the flyers is a QR code. Please take a photo of the QR code. My programs will all be showing up there. if you have any questions, I'd love for you to come and chat with me afterwards, or leave your email down and I can get in contact with you. For this weekend, I'm offering a special discount for anybody that wants to come if you use the discount code EVERYWOMAN when you book in, and you'll get a 10% discount on Sunday's workshop that I'm hosting. It's a speaking circle, yoga and meditation mini day retreat. Thank you for being here with me.
Thank you so much, Claudia. Once again, where can we find you? What's your email? Okay, what's your phone number?
So my website